Alright, welcome back to the channel. If you recall in the previous video, I showed how to use WitGooby, which basically lets you play USB games on your Wii. So you play your Wii games on USB. Now, a bunch of consoles that are retro can do that, but something that can't and only needs a memory card, a special 3 meg memory card, is the PS2. And this is a tutorial on how you can burn your own discs, which is pretty easy, pretty cheap, and do it on Mac because almost all tutorials are done on a Windows. So the first tool you're going to need will be linked in the description, and if you're on a Windows, this is the only tool you will need. If you're on Mac, you will also need something called Whiskey or some other way to emulate Windows. I will put a link to both this and Whiskey in the description. So once you're on this page, you just download. It might come up with this, just depends. And then in the top right, there it is. And then Whiskey Mac. Now, don't use the official Whiskey website, because that one just doesn't work. What you do have to do, Whiskey Mac GitHub. It's right here. Scroll down, releases, and then it's right here. Just download it. It's super easy. All you do is just confirm, continue, etc. Now, obviously you do need an ISO, and I can't tell you where to get these. I'm just showing you off my backups of games that I already own, but it's really easy to find them. You can just do a quick Google search, PS2 games free. You can find your own websites. And something to note, if the game is over 700 megabytes, that's the easiest way you can do it. As you can see, Shadow the Hedgehog 2.16 gigabytes. This will work flawlessly because it's already in the ISO format. Now, games under 700 megabytes, maybe like Half-Life, they will be in .q and .bin. I will do another tutorial on those because it's a whole different process. So once you've got the patcher from that website, open with whatever you use. I personally use Keka because it's just the best one. It's like 7-zip for Mac, but a lot better. And then as you'll see, here's the folder. And then you will see it's an exe, so don't open that. Instead, you're going to open Whiskey, and Whiskey is no longer maintained, but that's alright because it's still free. So you're going to press plus and just call it free DVD boot. You don't have to call it this, that's what I call it because that's what the software is called. So just press create. So once the bottle's been created, if you can't press pin program but there's no loading symbol here, just click onto another bottle, then click back onto your free DVD boot, and you'll see it's no longer grayed out. Just press browse, and then wherever you've stored it. So mine isn't anywhere here on screen. I go desktop, then I go to the folder, then I go to this folder, then you'll see here it is, got the classic PS1 logo. You're going to press open, then you're going to press pin. Now, depending on your Mac, like sometimes I may have to restart, but you right click or double click and press run. And then depending on the software, sometimes it can take a while. As you can see, that time it didn't take too long. So select, and then this might be a little bit confusing, but it's actually not that hard. So because as you can see, my game's stored on my desktop. It's not really here. My computer, C, and then from here, never mind. So you go to my computer, Z, or whatever it's called, your drive, users, go to your user, and then go to wherever it's stored. So the easiest place to do it is your desktop's downloads for just instant access. Then there's my game. Open, patch. Oh, that's right. So you do have to select. This is the best way for PS2 Slim, as the PS1 had a bazillion different options for patches, but this works for 99.99% of PS2s. Patch, and as long as it's green and it's good to go, says successful, then you're almost done. You're basically done. So now you are going to open your DVD drive, and you have to use DVD-R. You can't use CDR. You can't use anything else. I will put the recommended brand on screen, as I don't know how to pronounce the name, and also give you a recommended external DVD drive. Not the one I'm using, because my one's rubbish. Takes 10 years to load. But you'll see just how easy this is. So once you've put in your blank DVD, you'll see this. Just press OK. You don't really want to mess with this, but as you'll see, it's on your desktop. Now it's super easy from here. Open Finder, and then scroll till you find Untitled DVD, and then you can't actually do anything. You don't drag and drop. What you do on your ISO, double click, burn to disk. Now you just leave this and press burn, and then once it's burned, you're basically done. Alright, burnt game into the PS2. Shadow the Hedgehog PS2. Now, one thing you should know, burnt games can take a lot longer to load than the official. It depends what the game is. Like this game maybe takes about an extra minute when burnt, but if you're on a budget or you just want to play burnt games for whatever reason, this is a lot easier and a lot cheaper, especially because free DVD boot tricks the game into thinking it's a movie, which is why it loads, and you don't need a special memory card. So, game load, yes, okay, okay. And there's the game. If you enjoyed the video, I'm not asking, but consider dropping a like, maybe a comment. If you need help, just drop a comment and I should be able to help you. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.